Last year, Firaxis launched Civilization into the Great Unknown, and now they're about to give the world another spacefaring adventure with Sid Meier's Starships. Although it doesn't have Civilization in the title, the game shares many qualities with the strategy classic, while also forging its own identity by having a greater emphasis on combat and unit customization. Starships came from Sid Meier's idea of extending the Beyond Earth universe. The very first thing the game asks players to do is to pick a leader and an affinity. All of the leaders are from Beyond Earth, with the idea that your chosen leader was successful in colonizing a planet and is now traveling the galaxy to extend their territory. Each leader offers a different bonus, such as Bolivar, who starts with an additional starship. Similarly, affinities shape your fleet and provide further benefits, such as the Harmony affinity, which centers on embracing alien DNA. All players that choose this affinity have their starships repaired at half cost. After picking a leader and an affinity, it's time to go planet hopping. In our brief demo, victory could only be achieved by conquering 51% of the galaxy. To conquer, players must earn influence with various planets by completing specific missions. If a planet is besieged by pirates, for example, your fleet can swoop in and demolish them, earning a substantial amount of favor. Depending on the amount of influence earned, the planet will trade a percentage of its resources. At 100% influence, all of its resources become yours, and you can build additional cities and improvements. Of course, other leaders are vying for domination as well. You can choose to deal with these leaders amicably by establishing peace treaties, or act like a vicious tyrant and crush all opposing forces. The resource management aspect will feel instantly familiar to Civ veterans, but Starships really sets itself apart through combat. Players control a fleet, which usually begins as 2 or 3 ships, but more can be acquired by spending money. You're allowed to upgrade individual parts of each ship at nearly any time, and it's one of the most vital parts of the game since you're easily outnumbered in many situations. Will your ships move quickly and silently, only striking at the right time, or will they instead become massive war vehicles that destroy adversaries in a single blast? Players may also use accumulated science to research additional improvements that make ships even more formidable. Regardless of how you choose to build your fleet, situational awareness is important during every fight. Many areas have asteroid fields that can be used as cover, reducing some or all incoming damage depending on how a ship is positioned. Warp holes instantly teleport a ship to a different part of the map, which is either advantageous or disastrous depending on how informed you are of the enemy's position. Unfortunately, our time with Starships has been rather brief, preventing us from seeing the full extent of the game. While we like many of the presented ideas, it's unclear how well they'll hold up in the final version. Tactical space combat spliced with the core of Civilization's empire management seems like an ideal union, but we'll have to wait until the game launches next month to see if it's truly successful.